Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got the Mighty Gator Unleashed here coming at you. Let's see, Sunday, August the 13th, 2023. Oh, battling this old COVID. I think I've got the COVID behind me. Um, Been a little bit rough. Everybody talks about it being mild now. I had one bad day and about five just days I just had nothing, just sluggish as hell. Uh, Guys, my video today is going to be about Glock sights mostly. A couple more little things I want to touch on, but mostly about Glock factory sights. I see more negative comments about Glock factory sights than anything else in the whole world, I believe. Um, and I really sort of struggle to understand it. I guess I do struggle. I guess I do understand it because there's such a huge business of selling sights. You go give $600 and some for a Glock pistol, and then people turn around and give $180 for a set of night sights or something to put on it. And then they won't fire it 100 times in the next 10 years. People's just weird as hell. People's just gullible as hell. I don't know how else to say it. I've got my little Glock 48 out here. This baby is clean as a whistle. You can see it's not loaded. There ain't a bullet in there. There ain't no bullet in that chamber. This thing's just, it don't, this is no more dangerous than a good rock right now. Oh, but I'm going to go down this side picture here. If we can possibly do it. Let's see, can we do it? May not even be able to do this thing. Oh, boy, we're getting close. Right there, this is factory Glock sights. This is factory Glock sights. Now, guys, I really like that sight picture right there. And you got to think about, these sights that comes on these guns, these pistols, these are not a target pistol. You got to simplify everything in the world, guys. Everything that you deal with. The purpose of a Glock 48 or a Glock 17 or a Glock 19 or a Glock 23, Glock 22, Glock 26, Glock 27, 43, 43X, 42, 34L, wherever you go. Well, actually, 34L may not exactly fall into that. It's a little bit of a target pistol. It's got that extra long slide, longer barrel. But the purpose of these guns is they have one purpose. These are for personal protection, self-defense. That's what these are for. Now, these sights are designed for that. These are designed where you can draw this gun and get your sight picture where you want it on the silhouette, I'll say, or on the person trying to cause you harm within about 10 yards as quick as you possibly can. That's the purpose of these sights, and they are perfect for that. They are perfect. Now, this is all my opinion. First of all, let me get that out of the way. These sights, for the purpose of this pistol, these sights are, in my opinion, spectacular. They are perfect. I can draw any of my Glocks, which I've only got 3 now. I can draw any of my 3 Glocks. They all 3 got the factory sights. I absolutely love them. And I can paper plate at 10 yards. I'm on it and pulling the trigger in just an instant. You don't. You just get in that sight picture so quick because it's got some room to play there. See how I'm going back and forth? That's the purpose of these sights. Now, if you want to put target sights on it, you're going to have a much more precise aiming picture there. But if you was to get in a fight with your gun and have to draw it, you'd be trying to tune it in. You wouldn't be able to find your front sight. This is what you'd see when you look down the barrel. You wouldn't be able to get that sight in there in the Y. It's just that simple. There's nothing complicated about it. Now, if you're buying a Glock for target shooting, go get you a set of target sights put on it. Simple fix. But there's nothing wrong with the sights that comes on the Glock pistols, guys. Nothing. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. Something else I want to touch on that just burns my ass up like a flame 3 foot high does. People go get guns. They'll go get them out of the gun show, pick them up off the showcase and do it if you don't watch them. Because again, it's just our society is continually, it just continues to plunge into a level of ignorance that's just off the charts. These guys goes, and I don't know if they're trying to pick up and impress their girlfriends or their buddies or what, but they're going to pick these old guns up and they're starting disassembling them right off the bat, just taking them apart, like, what are you going to see in there? It's a brand new gun. If you're going to buy it, you don't need to take a new gun apart. You just don't need to take it apart. It's under warranty. There's not going to be a thing wrong with it. Well, first of all, any gun manufacturer stands behind their product, and any gun store will stand behind any new gun laying there, almost certainly. So I just don't understand. It's just irritating as hell when I see people taking these guns apart. Here's what happens. A friend of my dad's traded this gun into his gun shop. He shot one magazine through it, bought it new. He traded it in to Dad, and I wound up buying it. Didn't save much. I could have bought a brand new one probably for $20 more, but I saved a little bit. And this was, for everything I could tell about this was a brand new gun. Okay? We always hear Glock reliability. And I have experienced Glock reliability with my 26, which I have shot a whole lot. My 45, I really haven't put many rounds at all through it. But it's been flawless what I have put through it. This gun has, since the day I got it, had every so often, it's had the occasional failure to feed. Just enough to where it gets your attention, but not enough to where you really get real serious about trying to figure out what's going on, because there's so many possibilities, such as ammo and things of that nature. So, but it's always teeter-tottered right there for me. I mean, it's probably had 4 issues in 250 rounds or so. I ain't put a lot of rounds through this. And it has also had several little issues where it's not went all the way back into battery. It's just always had some kind of little minor issue with the slide going forward. Seems like ever since I've had this gun. And I put me a trigger shoe on it because it makes it a little bit easier to reach for my short fingers. Perfect. And the 48, the first time I picked up the Glock 48, I knew it was the most comfortable Glock for my hand of any that I held so far. You may hate it. Everybody's different. We're all different. Gun has to fit your hand. If you get a gun that fits your hand and is reliable and works, you've got you something there. You've got you a keeper. But anyway, I got some home defense ammo, and since I've had COVID, I've been sleeping downstairs in a recliner because I'm trying to stay away. I'm trying to stay isolated. Oh, so I decided I was going to lay my 48 down here with me, and I've been shooting this ammo. Is it Ammo Incorporated? Yeah, Ammo Incorporated ammo in several of my pistols, and it's been really good. I love it. This is hollow points. Go ahead and open it up here. 9mm 124 grain as well. Muzzle velocity 1120 feet per second. Just really good round. I watched a couple of YouTubers shoot them. Just a really good looking bullet to me. I've shot it through my 357 and some other stuff. It's been good ammo. I'm totally confident this is going to be good ammo on this. And I've bought other boxes. I hadn't shot it in my TARs. And I always also touch on over penetration. That's something that really worries me in a gun that I carry. So I really spend the extra dollars on, which these wasn't bad. You can see $19.95 for 20 round, $1 round. I've paid more than that before for home defense rounds. And you have to shoot a few of them through your pistol to make sure it's going to work. If you don't, you're not doing all you can do to make sure you can protect yourself and your family. So anyway, I started loading this gun up with those. And it wasn't. I couldn't even chamber one. It wouldn't go in. Well, I got to looking, and I thought the firing pin was sticking down, catching the top of the bullet. And I'm still not sure if it was that or the extractor. But there was a problem, and this went on. I tried it with everything. So then I thought, well, I had been shooting this gun with some Remington full metal jacket ammo. So I got it back. Couldn't chamber around. Just won't go. Just wouldn't do it. So I was frustrated. This was this was last night, almost midnight, because somehow or another COVID's made me where I can't sleep. Um, so I tinkered around with it for a little bit, and I figured out it was a problem in the slide, in the back of the slide there. Well, I didn't want to get into there. I just, especially last night at 12:30. So today I got up and got it on my mind. Long story short, I got to looking, and this extractor right here, I noticed it was setting funny. It's setting perfect right now. I noticed the extractor, just everything about the extractor looked weird. So I went ahead and read how to get this part. It's easy, you just put a little forward tension down there, pop this cover off. Well, as soon as that popped off, there's a spring right here on this left side of the red hole. And that spring come out there at me, and it's just the open hole coil end of the spring was sticking out. Okay, the other end of the coil spring had a black plastic, like a butt plate on it. That was pressing against a tit on the end of a little rod that had, there's the other end of the rod, right there at the end of my finger, another tit on that end, and it's a bigger tit. So, as soon as I seen that, I thought, boys, that don't look right. That looks like that's backwards to me. Just like if you look at a car rolling on a set of wheels, you can see what's going on as that wheel rolls. It's propelling that car is going, that allows that car to move forward with very little resistance. Evidently, some people can't see stuff like that, though. So long story short, what had happened, somebody had took this gun apart. They had took that extractor and for some reason decided they wanted to fool around with that, which is the dumbest shit ever. And they put that spring in there backwards. Okay? What it was doing, the extractor also straddles the drop safety, whatever you call it, the drop safety pin that's also spring loaded. As the slide works, that goes up and allows your fire pin to slide forward and backward, or your striker pin. Them having that spring turned backwards had everything in a bind. And ever so often it would jam it up, and that's why it wouldn't feed. And it would also let the striker pin slide forward farther than it's supposed to. It was actually unsafe. It actually had defeated the purpose of the striker, of the drop safety. So I fixed that today, and it didn't take me long to fix it, just a few minutes. I brought it up online, of course, and looked to make sure that I was right on the diagram, and yeah, sure enough, that spring was backwards. So I put that back together like it was supposed to be, and I've not felt like going shooting today, but I've sat here and I've put 5 rounds in this at a time and cycled it by hand. I've probably done this 10 times. The gun just feels totally different. Throws the bullet. I mean, it's just a million times better. I can't wait to shoot my Glock 48 now. But because some guy got this, I'll say guy, maybe it was a woman, who knows? Why he wanted to take this brand new pistol and pop that extractor and all that shit out there and screw around with it and put it back in backwards is beyond me. But it's almost the norm. It's almost the norm in our society today. It has almost become the norm. That's almost what people do just because they think it's cool or something. I just do not get it, and I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to get it. It's like somebody telling me they voted for Joe Biden. I can't even process it. Just immediately a wall goes up. I don't know what people's going to do. I just don't know what people's going to do. Part of it is the world that we live in has got so soft and weak that people don't have to be efficient or productive, or that's just what the world's become. I'm not going to get on that negative shit though. Just a couple things, guys. Think about the intended purpose of your firearm before you start going out. I can see somebody taking one of these to the range that's not shot a lot and don't understand its purpose and struggling a little bit, which you can, like I said, a paper plate is like, 10 inches? At 10 yards, you can, I'm going to go better now, way, well within a paper plate. At 10 yards, you can drive nail. You can do that all day with this pistol, just like it is with any Glock, factory sights. 10 yards plate, no problem. No problem. Um, you do have to get used to your sights and center them up and see where your gun is tracking at. That's the purpose of going to the range. Um, and it's just that simple, guys. There's nothing else to it. But I can see what happens when people buys it because you've got that. You've got that wide range of getting on target, which works perfect for shooting something as big as a human within 10 meters. But if you're on a precision shot, yeah, that's hard to zoom in with because you've got that wider sight picture. Now, if Glock was to send these out with night sights on them and target sights and this, that, and the other, then people would go to the range where you're just in a complete, great, perfect situation where you just take your time, you're working with your pistol, you're probably taking a rest. Everything in the world is just 100% perfection. And you can really just focus on squeezing that trigger and you can shoot better. Yeah. Hey, nobody would dispute that if they had a brain in their head. It's not what the Glocks are made for. It's not what they're for. They are to put the hurt on someone that's trying to put hurt on you as quick as possible. And they are totally 100% adequate. They excel in efficiency at that. That's my opinion, guys. So, over penetration, think about it, guys. Do everything you can to not have over penetration. The purpose of your sights, so you got to think about what you're going to do with your gun. How do your sights match your gun? And last but not least, there's one more thing. I've done went blank. Over penetration or sights, and don't take your guns apart, guys. You don't have to take your guns apart, especially the extractor and that shit. I can understand. You need to learn how to take your slide off and take your barrel and clean it, and things of that nature. And every so often, you need to do a little more extensive cleaning than that, but not. You don't need to be fooling around in the back of that. You just don't need to. If you put 2,500 rounds through your pistol, you might want to consider replacing some springs and this, that, and other. If you don't have a diagram and aren't fairly well mechanically inclined, you probably just need to take it to a gunsmith and let them do it for you. All that stuff's your choice. Guys, have a great day. Peace out. Pray for our world. As long as we've got Joe Biden in there, we're going to have problems from one end of the world to the other. We'll be very fortunate to survive. So we got to pray for the country, pray for the world. Keep in mind, I do not support Ukraine. If you got a hard on for Ukraine, you probably don't want to watch my channel. Best just go somewhere else because I do not support Ukraine. Right now we got Hawaii over there is burnt to the ground. I've never seen so much devastation and ruin. I don't believe Joe Biden contacts Congress and asks for $24 billion for Ukraine. How could you vote for that shit, guys? How could you not know what a piece of shit that man is? Anyway, see you guys on the next video.